Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, bringing you week 35 of Spotlight on Success. And today we're going to talk about the 4 essential trends that entrepreneurs should watch to stay ahead of the curve. So as we brought you weeks 1 through weeks 34, we talked about many seminal topics with regard to you, how you're showing up, what your mindset is, the culture you're creating, the strategic framework you're putting in place, the annual planning, the way you're operationalizing, the way you're handling your performance management, how you're baking in resiliency, strong risk management, focusing on innovation, harnessing technological advancements. And now we're going to be talking about how do we monitor, right? So part of that strategic framework was gathering intelligence from different sources. And today we're going to talk about 4 of those sources that can really help you scale your business, your organization, your team, your professional opportunities 10 to 25x over this next year. Again, we're focused on what are the main drivers of success, both for you personally, professionally, and for your business. No matter if you are a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a senior leader, a partner, a customer, or a client, all of these things are interrelated between all of the elements of the business. So if our country, if our state, if our locality, if our businesses, etc., are having issues in one or more places, we need to be cognizant of that. And vice versa, if there's astronomical growth going on in one of these 4 areas, we want to understand how we can leverage that to the success of our organization, because ultimately when you are successful, your business is successful, you're going to be added to the success of the community, the state, the country, and ultimately the world. And we want you to be able to harness each and every one of these trend areas for maximum value and impact. So the first one we're going to talk about is economic shifts, right? We are noting interest rates, inflation, consumer spending, etc., right? And we want to understand, are they growing or are they declining? Because that's ultimately going to affect market demand and supply dynamics, right? We're gonna talk about really looking at the financial impacts, the investment impacts along our very broad balanced portfolio that we are putting in place to derive revenues and to create value from the investments that we made, right? This economic shifts, especially in interest, inflation, and consumer spending, is really going to help us understand the areas for innovation, right? So we can come at this for 2 things. We can say what's going up or what's going down, and we can invest in both of those instances. So we want to understand what happens in the market when interest rates go up or when interest rates go down, when inflation goes up, when inflation goes down, when consumer spending goes up, when consumer spending goes down. And we want to understand, what does that mean for how we place and position our products and or services, or how we may partner more strategically across these different economic segments, right? So sometimes we have, especially early entrant solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, who may not be fully partnering or networking across this money, we'll just call it the money segment, right? So if we're going to start from a place of our business of following the money, we have to understand what exists from a commercial lending, personal lending, financing, venture capital, accelerator funding, entrepreneur boot camp funding, et cetera, right? We need to understand what is our funding sources. B, where do we find them? Large, commercial, medium, small, community. And we need to get a better understanding of what's in our vicinity. So just like we talked about in week 34, the 5-mile challenge, get to know what's in your community within a 5-mile radius. How many community lending banks? How many large financial institutions? How many entrepreneur economic development organizations? How many nonprofits? How many universities with entrepreneur programs, accelerators, innovation labs, et cetera, is there? And how can you leverage those for maximum impact? Not only from a you being able to utilize, but then you, right? Part of what we do is we pay it forward and we do investment, right? So if you're doing well and you want to be a cash cow or you want to be an investor for local businesses, right? All of those places are a great place to do that as well, especially if you're going to do early nascent technological transfer and you have a 5-year, 7-year timeline to try to get them to IPO. Next, social dynamics, right? This is a huge focus area of enabling us to better understand, right? If we go from that 5-mile to 10-mile to 15-mile to 50 to 100, maybe you're already global, maybe you're not, maybe you're local, right? So we need to understand from a demographic standpoint, what's happening in our locale. Follow the money. Where is the state, county, city making critical investments at? Is that in infrastructure? Is that in technology? Is that in job creation? Is that in social constructs? Is that in regulatory and legal construct? Is that in some other revitalization, right? So if you have the opportunity to search in your area for where do they have a 20-year plan that they're putting into place, and then you can see where they're going to be making vital infrastructure investments at and redevelopment investments so that you can harness and partner and invest perhaps in those same areas, right? So the social changes from a demographics, lifestyle, consumer behavior, but also again, the underlying factor there is the economic shift based on redevelopment monies, investment monies, right? So if we can grab on to what's happening in the economic shift area from the redevelopment and follow the money perspective, let's then go to the social dynamics that are going to be overlaying that because of, right, the economic shift. Redevelopment investment monies is going to cause a change in the social dynamics. What does that mean? Is that more women, minority, veteran-owned businesses? Is that a certain population? Are you looking at at-risk youth? Are you looking at some other marginalized population? Are you trying to serve an aging population? Are you trying to serve K through 12? Are you serving the middle grouping, right? So what is your segment? And then how are they changing? What is the trends telling you? And what are they valuing? Are they valuing products? Are they valuing services? Are they valuing experiences? Are they valuing a creation of a heightened revenue portfolio where they're buying real estate and releasing to other business owners, et cetera? So understand what's going on in your locale and then strategically insert, right? How far advanced or mature are they on that 20-year roadmap? And then where can you strategically insert to capture some of those economic flows that will be occurring during that time period? So we want to look at the overall, not only personalized, just the consumer or segment. We want to look at the networked capabilities overall between the businesses that are ultimately going to be part of that ecosystem all the way back to where the money is coming from. And then that's going to allow you to see, do I have a product and or a service that appeals to that target audience? And if not, what else can I be doing at this stage in my business's life to again, collaborate and capture in order to enhance your community? Next, technological advancements. We've heard the, AI, 5G, 6G, new chips, Infrastructure Act, CHIPS Act, right? We have all these continuous investment vehicles going on that's going to allow us to capitalize on these advancements. But again, we want to say, not everyone needs to be at the bleeding edge or leading edge of AI, right? So if you want to be there, that's fantastic. If you're offering product and services and frameworks and policy and processes and integration capabilities, phenomenal, because you will be capitalizing on that for years and years to come. But pick your place in the innovation cycle so that, again, you can strategically insert your business into the fray. So again, you want to capture through collaboration to enhance the community. If that's the business community, if that is your economic development community, if that is the peoples and businesses within the community, you choose how you want to add value and impact. But knowing the technological advancement roadmap and being able to be part of that prior to it's maturing fully in an area is going to serve you and your business. So we're looking at, again, automation, digital transformations, AI, all of the networking infrastructure, all of the focus on smart cities, all of the focus on the robotics, multiple different ways we can harness autonomous vehicles to serve each of our industry segments, right? It's all happening now. It's all happening here. The next is regulatory change. And that's really because that affects our business operations. So we have to understand what new laws are coming down the pipe, what new regulations, what new government policies, how do we need to harness and utilize and incorporate those into our businesses? Because not only is there opportunity for us to help others navigate compliance challenges or adapt to these new requirements, we need to understand and stay informed, because we have a compliance obligation, but we also can turn these regulatory shifts into strategic advantages, right? Again, we can create a model, we can create a framework, we can create a program, we can create a certification, we can create training, we can create audit capabilities, we can create, X. You just have to figure out what, again, is your play in that area and then be able to harness it. So again, right here in our DC metro area, we have some major changes going on, right? So if we look at infrastructure, we have a new bridge that's going to be built. We have new rail lines that are being built. We have new construction in various areas in our DC metro area. So, pick the economic shift, if that's the underlying financial system, if that's a certain portion of commerce in a geo region, if that's a integration across the different financial systems, is that a focus on really driving higher levels of entrepreneurship within the geo region? You choose what's most important for you and your business and the products and services you want to offer and the populations that you want to serve. So again, observing across these 4 vector areas: economic, social, technological, and regulatory is really essential for us as entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and business leaders to identify business opportunities and grow. If you're a nascent startup, a thought for a company, or someone that is mature and growing exponentially, it is going to offer you a 10x to 25x advantage over the next year. So stay informed, stay adaptable, and really help ensure that your business remains competitive and poised for success in this dynamic market environment. Again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, bringing you 4 essential trends entrepreneurs should watch to stay ahead of the curve in 2024 and beyond. I'm the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies. You can reach us at www.gblinnovstratllc.com, and we'd love to help you navigate your change journey going forward.